E3 2018 is in the rear view mirror.
That's an unnecessary metaphor.
You could say that 2018,
You could say it's on the back burner
you could say
because it was on the front burner before. Now it was moved to the
you
back.
could say that E3 2018 has been served and is on their way. It's gone.
You could say it's in our stomachs.
You can say E3 2018 will live on in our hearts.
You could say that it's currently making a stink in the toilet and no one wants to talk about it.
You could say that E3 2018, like fish, is beginning to smell in the fridge and needs to go.
Yeah. Well, fortunately this one was high in vitamins. More or less.
You could shake this E3 around and hear the vitamins rattling around in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm-mm.
That's what vitamins look like in foods. They're just like little vitamin supplements floating around in the meat.
Yeah, you just take whatever it is and you can hear the vitamin pills.
Mm-hmm. That's how you know it's good for you.
Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
what'd you think about it?
well, actually, this is the first year for E3 where I took notes.
Ooh,
I took notes while I was watching,
fancy.
so that I could do this without looking crazy, being all dumb like.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anyway, EA was first. I mean, you gotta get the worst out of the way. Do the worst first.
Mm-hmm.
I hate how they come
First,
up
the worst.
and just sour EA.
Yeah.
The sour E3, sorry. EA comes in, does the first one all the time, and just puts a sour note on everything that comes after it.
Yeah.
Why do they have to come first? Just make Ubisoft first next time.
Yeah, yeah.
Not EA. Make EA last so nobody has to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
They're still doing a pre-2015 style conference. They're still doing that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's going to end anytime soon.
It's complete with all the awkward, forced conversations that are so stilted.
Yeah.
I mean, when are they going to learn? You can't put gamers/YouTubers on stage. It doesn't work. They don't sound right. Just stop doing that. Like, just have Andrew Wilson from EA, a Swindler 1.
Yeah.
His name is an anagram for. Have him come up for 10 minutes max, and then the rest of the show, an hour of just gameplay trailers.
Yeah, yeah.
You gotta stop with...
Something that really bugged me too was what Microsoft was doing. They had a really solid conference.
It was the best Microsoft conference I've seen in a while.
Yeah,
It was actually fun to watch.
Because like they, I mean, what they had was mostly multi-platform games.
Yeah,
but they had a lot of premieres.
Yeah.
And they now those games are going to be associated with the Xbox.
Yeah, I know. It's just associated with it, even though they announced more PS4 games.
I mean, that's smart. Yeah.
I think they announced more PS4 games at their conference than Sony did.
Yeah. Well, it depends
Some
on what you have.
crazy statistic like that.
Yeah, yeah. But
they really didn't.
What I don't like is when they like pause and what's his face would show up and he'd talk for a few minutes about how video games are like
important
creators of experiences.
Yeah, we don't need to hear. We don't need to hear the word experience.
They make you experience.
I don't want to
stuff.
hear experience.
Uh-huh.
I don't like grandiose conferences that do that.
There's no need to talk at all, really.
Okay, so anyway, EA. They're in the perpetual reveal of Battlefield 5. They revealed Battlefield 5 before E3. They tried to reveal again.
Yeah.
And then at another conference, they tried to reveal it again. The same trailer.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to see a meaty taste of Battlefield 5. But no conference could deliver, including EA. They just had these short little blurbs about Battlefield 5. But they did say there's no loot boxes. Okay? and shit like that in Battlefield 5.
But you don't know what that means anymore.
Anyway, FIFA came up. It's full of cringe.
FIFA, yeah.
I think they revealed that you can play the full game for free right now. And they stopped for cheers and no one cheered. There was something really funny like that happened.
That's funny, yeah.
And taking the award for the weirdest announcement I've ever heard, the new Star Wars game from EA was announced by the guy in the audience. The announcer, the host of the show, went to the audience, found one of the developers from that game, and talked to them in the audience, and asked them what the new Star Wars game is called. And that's all he had was its name. They don't have anything else on it.
I missed that part.
Yeah, it was called Jedi Fallen Order.
Okay.
That was the announcement. It was really underwhelming and strange.
Really strange, yeah.
Battlefront 2 is getting a bunch of prequel shit, and they had some apologies to make for Battlefront 2. So yeah, you win. You guessed that. They were apologizing in this conference. That's not to say it was good, but they were apologizing. Unravel 2 was shadow dropped. Just that Unravel 2 game. You could get that like right now or something. Sea of Solitude. Who cares? NBA Live 19. Who cares? Madden 19. Who cares? Command and Conquer. The Command and Conquer series has come back in mobile form.
Yeah.
To take up 15 minutes of time in your conference. They've actually played a game of Command and Conquer mobile, and they played the entire excruciating 15 minutes or whatever of play.
That's what they do.
It's raping the clock.
They like to just drive it in there and twist it sometimes.
And lastly, they had Anthem, which was supposed to be their killer app, but every live reaction I've seen of that game's reveal, or demo, I should say, at this E3, was just a blank stare, and no one understood why they were supposed to be hyped. It just looks like Destiny, which means to say, it looks really like an amateur attempt at an art style. It really looks like art college. Like, how many more times can we go to a jungle area with ruins that from an ancient civilization that was lost, and there's these big structures underground that are there, these big stone areas, but the guys are walking around in these futuristic suits with just robot designs that look like art school. I have no other way to describe it. There's no uniqueness in anything I've seen from Anthem. It's really sad. So I rated it a D. And my remarks was just BioWare is done. I don't think Anthem... I just don't... At this time, I don't feel Anthem can save them. I think they're done. Not to mention the fact that they're trying to make it like a weird half-online thing. Like a half and half.
Yeah.
So it's going to have to probably be online all the time. Oh. So, that was EA. But what done happened at Microsoft in this year? Well, they were eating humble pie. They were eating crow for about an hour. Realized that this is the worst year they've ever had in 2017. Last year, I mean.
Yeah.
Realized how dry that was. It was probably one of the worst years for a single console ever. It's up there with the early years of the PS3. It was that bad, 2017 for Xbox. So they had to really come out of the gate swinging with and if they couldn't have the exclusives, they could at least do the reveals to make you think that the Xbox brand is still around. But we got Halo Infinite, which just looks like Halo 1. It was a really bland reveal.
Well, that's what people want these days. Halo's been slipping lately.
Halo Infinite is just we're making Halo.
Yeah.
That's all that was. That Ori and the Blind Forest game has a sequel, I think. And people seem to like that, so...
Yep.
I went with that. Shadows Die Twice was a game called Sekiro. And not Tenchu.
It's almost disappointing, because I still haven't finished Neo.
Now-
Neo 2's come out
Yeah,
too.
right after this E3, not only was it filled with post-apocalyptic shooter, it was also filled with ninja game
Yeah,
/ samurai game, feudal Japan game.
I don't know what's up with that. There
we
was
have-
3 of them.
We have Neo 2, Sekiro, and Tsushima.
Uh-huh.
So we're gonna have to pick teams now. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna go with anymore. Sekiro has the From Software brand and quality, but I heard Sekiro is not an RPG.
It's got, like, it clearly, just based on the sort of cinematic trailer they went with, it's got assets from Bloodborne.
Yeah,
Like, it's based on Bloodborne,
they were
but
saying
who knows what they did
They were
with
saying it's not an RPG, actually.
Yeah.
Neo 2 is an RPG,
But Bloodborne was already an action game with RPG elements.
and Tsushima looks like a Sony exclusive. So right now, I'm tentatively Team Sekiro, and for the reason that I already beat Neo, and I don't feel like I need another one.
Yeah.
Like, I want something different. So I'm tentatively going with Sekiro. You still need to beat Neo.
Yeah.
You have to beat
I'm
it.
kind of rushing through it now. Yeah.
You gotta beat it. It's a good game. And then they had Fallout 76, which is the same trailer that they're gonna play at Bethesda.
Yeah.
Like, EA has to stop. E3
Yeah.
has to stop having the same trailer in multiple conferences.
Yeah. That's really weird.
They don't realize that people watch every conference,
If you're gonna watch one, you're gonna watch at least more than one.
right? So you can't have the same trailer twice. They keep trying to do that.
Yeah.
So I bet they were going to have the Fallout 76 trailer at Bethesda, and Microsoft is like, we need that. And it's like, okay.
Yeah.
So they
That's
revealed
probably exactly what
they had the
happened.
trailer for that.
We need to associate the brand with Xbox right quick. Use some mind
Quick
programming.
associated.
Yeah.
There's some guy in the back in a shadowy room at Microsoft, and he's clouded in darkness, and you can only see just below his nose
Yeah.
where it just says associated. And that's Microsoft's game plan. By the way, everything's also going to be available on PC. Because we don't actually have exclusives.
Well,
We just...
they gotta low-key depend on PC because that's their market too.
I know.
It's a weird relationship. Like they practically own the PC market, but they don't want to express it too much because they also got this console.
Life is Strange, that crap, has a game called Captain Spirit. I didn't give a shit. Crackdown 3.
That's free, I guess.
Crackdown 3 is coming in February. Finally, it's not canceled, I guess. Nier Automata is being ported to the Xbox like 2 years after the fact or whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Metro Exodus, February 2nd, 2019. They had the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer.
Yep.
Sea of Thieves is getting some kind of DLC.
Kingdom Hearts 3 got a weird treatment.
Yeah, I know.
They had the same trailer in each one, but there was a little bit of extra stuff in each one.
I know, yeah. This is strange.
A little, like they mixed it. They mixed it up.
I had an idea that would be interesting. If I was working on a game that was multiplat, I would have it at Microsoft, EA, and Nintendo. My trailer.
Yeah.
But it would be part 1, part 2, part 3.
Yeah.
An interesting way to create a narrative structure where you end up with like a 15-minute trailer.
Sure.
5 minutes each. It just picks up where the last one left off.
Maybe put a cinematic trailer in one and a gameplay in the other, and a
live demo of the game. And
Yeah.
We do that. Battlefield 5 again was at Microsoft, and I think it was the same trailer in the next conference.
Yep.
Forza Horizon 4, whatever. This is kind of weird. Microsoft was just like, we're in a bad way right now, so we're going to announce that we bought these companies. And they announced that they bought a few companies that no one cares about.
Yeah.
And they also acquired Ninja Theory, which may or may not make an okay game like 4 years from now.
Yeah.
And I guess that was supposed to be something to get hyped about. We Happy Few is getting a relaunch or something in August. Never cared.
We still don't know what that is.
Still don't know what that is. PUBG has new maps, I think. Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition.
Who knows what PUBG is up to?
I know everyone just forgot about it. They just dropped it for the free version. Division 2 is coming in March.
Another shrugger.
It's another shrug 'em up because it's just another post-apocalyptic shooter.
If you like shrugging, get the Division.
I can't remember Can you remember anything about Rage 2?
I remember the weird.
No, about the game.
No. It's Rage 1, but
I can't remember anything about it.
I remember a segment that they were showing that was in first person. It looked like gameplay. That's about it.
Some Game Pass shit. I guess Microsoft has all these alien features that I don't know about. Like Game Pass and Mixer, and I don't know what the hell they are.
Yeah. Like that was like, okay, I had heard of that before, but I forgot about it. And they were talking about it, and I came to the conclusion that's like a subscription service that lets you play whatever game you want.
Yeah.
But I thought that was good. That was a good thing they had. But then they showed off all the games that they had available, and it was all indie trash. It was mostly indie trash.
Pay up front to play some indie games.
Who knows how much you're saving?
Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider. Wait, I think it's just called Shadow of the Tomb Raider, not Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, which is another prequel Tomb Raider game where you get to become the Tomb Raider.
I think
3 games in a row.
I think most Tomb Raider fans have always wanted a Tomb Raider game.
I think Tomb Raiders always wanted to see what it was like for Lara Croft to become the Tomb Raider.
Yeah.
And they really wanted you to experience what that's like. So when you're about to become the Tomb Raider, they just rip it away, and you got to buy the next game.
Now in this game,
Rise of the Tomb Raider, Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
You are Lara Croft in this game.
I didn't think we were. I thought we were someone else. But anyway, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, sequel to the last Tomb Raider game, which was a sequel to the last one, and this one is probably a prequel to Tomb Raider Rising, Tomb Raider: The Fall of the Tomb Raider.
They're making so many. It must be okay.
I bet you the next one is Fall of the Tomb Raider. Or something like that. Session is a skateboarding game that's not Skate.
It's not Skate.
It's Session. Black Desert, that MMO game, is getting an expansion, and that showed up at the Xbox conference for some reason.
Yeah.
The key announcement they had was Devil May Cry 5.
That was something, yeah.
It's multi-plat, looks really cool.
Now I'm going to associate Devil May Cry 5 with Xbox.
Even though it's not exclusive at all.
I know.
But, yeah.
As I play it on PlayStation.
Yeah, as I play it on my PlayStation 4. I will be thinking about Xbox. Which is the best they can hope for. Cuphead DLC is coming in 2019.
Yeah.
Some game called Tunic, which I guess was developed either entirely or partially in Halifax, Nova Scotia. Did anyone else hear that?
I did not hear that.
They mentioned Halifax, Nova Scotia.
Okay.
At Microsoft. A game called Jump Force, which is like Jump Superstars, but like 3D.
Might be good.
Dying Light 2. Battletoads. There's some new Battletoads property coming out. Some new thing. Just Cause 4. Gears of War Tactics. Gears of War 5. And Cyberpunk 2077, which is... They completely botched the reveal for that game. Everyone was angry. It did not look good.
Yeah, they didn't go enough into it.
It's obviously supposed to be an RPG. It's from CD Projekt Red. Yeah. It's based on the RPG Cyberpunk. And what they showed was clearly a demo for a GTA game.
Yeah. A
trailer for GTA. Obviously. It was so obviously GTA, the trailer they showed. But apparently, behind closed doors, people who were there, who got to see the gameplay, think it looks good.
Okay.
They say it really looks like an RPG. So I'm going to excuse it for that one blunder.
Yeah, but Fallout 3 looks like an RPG too, so you can't really rely on that.
I think this should be better. It's CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, they can't screw it up that bad.
As long as it's not literally GTA like
there
in
was
that
a
trailer.
there was a nice sort of double bait and switch with Gears of War. See that?
How so?
They're well, they announced Gears of War Pop, where you play as
right.
Funko Pops.
Yeah, they announced.
That was the first thing they showed.
Just to trick you into thinking that's what they had.
Yeah, but then
it's like they knew no one liked Funko Pops. No one likes them, but here they are.
Then they said, okay, we're making an XCOM like thing.
Yeah.
As well, and we're also making Gears of War 5.
Yeah, that's pretty funny. So anyway, I gave Microsoft a B+, which I think is probably the best rating I've ever given Microsoft.
Yeah.
My remarks were, this is Microsoft in damage control mode, trying to repair after 2017.
Yeah.
For better or for worse.
There's nothing wrong with damage control.
There's nothing wrong with trying to straighten the ship in the right direction.
Yeah.
Which is what they're trying to do, so that's good.
EA wouldn't do that, but that's for sure.
Gave them a B+. And then we had Bethesda, where they had Rage 2 with a rage-inducing trailer that I was not enraged about at all, and I'm not enraptured by it, or unraveled, or unrestrained, or unrestricted.
Whatever.
None of that made any sense.
Yeah.
But Rage 2 was there, and I don't remember seeing it. I don't remember anything about it. I'm giving it blandest game of E3.
Yeah,
it's getting that award.
Uh-huh.
The blandest game there. Most forgettable.
It's Rage.
Elder Scrolls Legends is having some kind of relaunch bullshit. I don't know how that works. Elder Scrolls Online's getting DLC. Doom 2 was announced.
Doom 2, yes.
Even though I thought it was too short a time since the first one.
Yeah, me too, to be honest, but yep, they're doing it.
Doom Eternal.
Doom Eternal.
That's what Doom 2 is
the
called.
The Arch-File's back.
Doom Eternal. And it looks like it's on Earth.
Yeah.
But hell is spilled over onto Earth.
It's just kind of like Doom 2.
Yeah.
I think they're just playing it safe and going with the Doom 2
Also,
approach.
if you watch that trailer closely, you can see the Doom Marine's arm, and he doesn't have any suit around his bicep.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It's exposed to the earth.
All right, well,
he's got the classic.
Sure.
His Doom Marine suit is more classic
well,
with rips in it.
It's hot. It's hot on Earth, so like, I guess he just needs a little more coverage, a little less coverage.
Yeah, that's the best thing about Doom Eternal.
Yeah, no bicep coverage.
Yeah.
More muscles.
Quake Champions stuff was there. Prey, it looks like they're really supporting that game. Prey, I may have to get that. It looks interesting.
Yeah.
Prey has got an update that was shadow dropped.
Mm-hmm.
And there's more DLC coming in the future. I may have to get that. Wolfenstein Young Blood. We're going 2 games in now to this new Wolfenstein.
Yeah, a little much.
It's a lot really fast.
People are still lukewarm about the second one.
People didn't seem to like the second one, and we're still going. They seem to kind of like the first one from the reboot, but
yeah.
I don't know, maybe it's time to reboot it again.
Just reboot it every time.
Well, just who cares? Some people
why not? Yeah.
Some people just
That's what they've been doing for years.
Sometimes like some people.
Wolfenstein has more reboots than anything.
Some people will just every game is just a reboot, and they just call it the same thing.
Yeah.
Fallout 76 is an online game. Everyone's mad.
I was
online.
excited. I was excited when they said it would be 4 times as large as the emptiest game in the series.
Yeah, and online, and there's no NPCs.
Well, at least there are trees now. Supposedly.
Yeah. So, Fallout 76 is a bit of a write-off.
Well, when you're walking around for hours, you'll have trees to look at.
Yeah, unless you're online, which you probably always got to be online. Who cares? They kept stressing that you could still play it single player, guys. Don't worry. Which means they knew what they were doing was wrong.
Yeah.
If they had to keep saying that, it's like, I bought this new house. but I painted it pink. And at a conference you're saying, don't worry, pink is not that bad a color. You knew there was you did something, you made a boo-boo. And you're trying to, it's like, pink is good.
Pink, a long time ago, pink used to be manly.
Just pick something else that's like that's kind of subjective. Pink, but I mean something like I ate a shit sandwich or something. Shit's good. Don't worry.
It's okay. Sometimes it's a delicacy.
You can still play it off. You can still play it offline, guys. Don't worry. Fallout Shelter was shadow dropped onto the Switch and PS4, which I would know because I got it. Elder Scrolls Blades, I guess, is some mobile thing. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever.
They formally announced Starfield with a tiny ass teaser, and then they announced Elder Scrolls 6 with a CGI teaser that was a few seconds long and just said Elder Scrolls 6.
That's what they're gonna do. Yeah.
That's not an announcement. Everyone knew the game was coming, right? So how is that an announcement? I gave him a C+.
Well, that's why they didn't invest too much into it.
Yeah, I gave it C+, and I said Fallout 76, like, it looks a little better than I thought, and that's not saying much. I thought it was going to be stupid. It looks, I thought graphically, and just kind of like, in terms of gameplay, it looked a little bit better than just being nothing.
Yeah.
But I still don't like it. Square Enix.
Square Enix was the budget conference.
This is the Econo conference.
Bin. Yeah.
This is E3. E3 when you're strapped for cash. This is what you make.
There's no stage, just a bunch of cheap-looking trailers for stuff.
Pre-recorded presentation that was like 20 minutes long. It was so horrible. Tomb Raider gameplay. Final Fantasy XIV DLC. Monster Hunter crossed Final Fantasy XIV, which no one should be surprised by, because Monster Hunter is crossed with everything else.
Yeah. Life
is Strange. Captain Spirit was there. Dragon Quest XI trailer with subs. Not subs, dub. This time. I think it was dubs, yeah.
Dubs. Everybody likes dubs.
I know, I love waiting years for a dub. Beloved, Babylon's Fall is a game from Platinum Games, which is the main takeaway from this. Octopath Traveler trailer. A better trailer for Just Cause 4. A game called The Quiet Man, which looks retarded.
Yeah, and it looks really...
The Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer again. And I gave it a C. This is the worst, actually the worst one. The Square Enix one. A C. There was just nothing going on.
You thought that was the worst?
Yeah, I thought it was worst. No, sorry. Second to worst. EA had a D.
Oh, yeah.
This is a C.
EA, yeah.
And Bethesda was C+. Square Enix was second worst. My remarks for that was just Babylon's Fall might be cool.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Well, I mean, that's good enough for Square Enix, I think. they already got... everything's in development hell in Square Enix now, so you just gotta wait. Just gotta wait for what they have. Also, they didn't picture any mobile games that they're inevitably coming out with. They release them every week.
We better see Final Fantasy VII Remake next E3. If we don't see it next E3, there's a problem.
Yeah, I think that's worth like docking some points that they didn't even mention that.
Yeah, that means something bad's going on, because we had gameplay years ago. Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
We had the reveal, and then a few months later they had gameplay for the remake.
Yeah.
And then we never seen it for years.
It feels like something from the something that would happen in the early 2000s where they'd release screenshots and then nothing for years.
Yeah.
And then you'd just have those screenshots, and then you'd once it comes out, you can compare like the initial reveal with the end product, and they're completely different.
Yeah.
That's what happened with 15.
Yeah, it took 15 like a year and a half of patches to get like it's pretty much like Versus 13 now.
Yeah.
Finally, it took so long to get to that point. I remember looking at screenshots in a magazine.
Yeah.
For Versus 13 in like 2007 or something.
Yeah.
And looking at oh wow, that looks cool. You can switch characters. You finally can do that in that game, which they are supporting. Ubisoft had Just Dance. Who cares? Beyond Good and Evil 2. They had a slight snippet of gameplay attached to another ultra expensive looking CGI trailer.
Yeah. I'm thinking, like...
They gotta get some gameplay going for
Ubisoft, with these Just Dance performances on stage every year.
They love Just Dance.
That weirds me out.
They love Just
They
Dance.
do it all the time.
Yeah.
They put so much money into the E3 reveal of Just Dance.
They had a
It's
trailer
really
for a documentary on Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
A game called Trials Rising.
Mm-hmm.
Division 2 again was there. Mario Rabbids Donkey Kong thing.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones, that other pirate game that I like to call Sea of Gameplay. It's like Sea of Thieves but fun.
Yeah.
Skull and Bones looks way better than it did last year. It actually looks like there's a huge game around it.
They talked about the dynamics of the play field
and things happening and how you could buy stuff and do things.
Yeah. And how the parameters work within the game.
Yeah, I think maybe they just announced that game and then tested the waters, no pun intended, with Sea of Thieves and wait for that to come out.
Yeah.
To see if people would accept nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And turned out people didn't want to play a game with nothing in it.
Yeah.
So they were like, okay, let's make Skull and Bones a real game.
Oh, God.
Skull and Bones looks cool. It's one of the best looking things there. A game called Transference that I don't care about. That game, Starlink, which is like a Toys to Life thing, went from a 3 out of 10 to like a bazillion out of 10 just because they brought in Fox.
Yeah.
Fox McCloud is in that Starlink game. That's the only way they could get hype for that game.
They're officially in bed with Nintendo.
Oh, they love Nintendo. For Honor is getting a DLC or an update or something called Marching Fire. Crew 2. I didn't remember a Crew 1, but there's a Crew 2. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is out October 5th. They're just cranking these out. I think they took a year off just because sales dipped.
Yeah.
They said, okay, from now on we're going to be taking a year off between titles. And then Assassin's Creed Origins,
right?
The last one sold well, and they're like, okay, no, we're going back to the next. Every year we're gonna have a new one. It's what even is Assassin's Creed now?
Just call them. I wish they'd stop calling them vague names and start calling them like Assassin's Creed Egypt and Assassin's Creed
Rome,
Greece. Yeah.
Why is it Assassin's Creed still?
So you can tell them apart.
No, but I mean, why do they call it Assassin's Creed?
Because they're... Well, they promised a while back that they were going to make an Assassin's Creed every year.
Yeah, but I mean...
And they've been doing it since pretty well.
But why not just call this, like, Greece Odyssey or something? What is even the connecting fiber? They just look like they're approaching the GTA singularity.
Yeah.
Or whatever you call it, where the more time goes on, the features you add, it's bloated to the point where it's just an open world adventure game. Like, at least in the first game, all you did was assassinate people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Remember that? How it was kind of focused on just doing that? Man, what...
But you're still an assassin.
But why? What does it mean? Why can't you just be... Make your own character and just play as whoever?
It's a loop. Like, you're an assassin because it's Assassin's Creed, and it's Assassin's Creed because you're an assassin.
It's like...
It doesn't matter what else is
It's like if the next James Bond movie, you didn't have James Bond, was in a different timeline, and wasn't about espionage.
No, you had James Bond, but he isn't the main character. He isn't really involved.
It just seems a little bit weird to me. It seems like Assassin's Creed, the name, is just sticking there for financial reasons, so people will buy it.
Well,
seems like, why didn't they just call it...
It's the same team. Each game tacks on more features to the previous one.
And then they tack on the connection to Assassin's Creed.
They got the same perspective. They're all open world. They're all based on, like, historic settings.
Yeah, but then why is it Assassin's Creed? At the last minute, we tacked on something
so
about
that you
Assassin's
associate
Creed.
No, it's all. You got the same people making the same thing. Of course, it's going to be Assassin's Creed. It's like Mega Man and Mega Man Zero. Like they're not the same, but they're still like.
I don't know.
Platformers made by the same people.
Does anybody else feel what I feel about that?
I don't know.
That,
I don't
like,
know. It's subjective, I think.
I think, imagine if, Fast and Furious was, the next movie was, set in Antarctica and was about, saving polar bears. And, the main characters have no relation at all to the other Fast and Furious characters. And then right at the end, they get a letter, and they open it, and it's signed one of the characters from Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how it's Fast and Furious. Dude, we're Fast and Furious.
Movies do that all the time. They got fake sequels that were originally something else.
That's what I think Assassin's Creed could have been. It just could have been Rome, the adventure.
Yeah. Rome, the adventure. That would have sold.
Is Assassin's Creed just about nothing now? Does anyone else think that? Anyways, I gave that a C+. It was alright. Skull and Bones was the best part about it. Sony had they blew their load when the Last of Us 2 trailer. It went on forever. I didn't play the first one. I'm not going to play this. It just looks like...
They built a small, cathedral-like building to promote Last of Us.
Yeah, they built really another building just to have people in so they could ship them out and have awkward commentary between them when they were moving the people, shuttling them to the next area.
After they awkwardly showed that this is actually the area from the Last of Us 2 trailer, they just never showed it again.
Yeah. I think this might have been the year that Sony jumped the shark in terms of how artsy their conferences can be.
Yeah.
As I don't think anybody enjoyed the musical performances.
No,
I think people just looked at it thinking hey, what's going on? This is a little bit stupid.
Well, it's always just one person. They had one person with a banjo and then one person
a flute or
with
something.
a flute thing.
It's just, I think they need to step back and go back to 2016 mode. They were really good there. They had fantastic conferences that weren't jumping the shark artistically.
Yeah.
Right? They had Call of Duty Black Ops 4 maps that are also coming to Black Ops 3. I don't know. And then they had it. This is an interesting takeaway, was that Days Gone, which was a main feature of their last 2 or 3, I think, conferences that took up time, has been demoted to Sizzler.
Yeah.
Because they realized no one gave a shit. And now it was just jammed in a Sizzler reel. So we got a new footage of Days Gone tucked into a Sizzler reel, which I don't think people caught on what that meant. Is that Sony doesn't give a shit anymore. Tetris, Days Gone was in between Beat Saber and Tetris Effect.
Yeah.
In this, and Days Gone was a pillar of their last few conferences. No one wants post-apocalyptic zombie shooter unless it's in the 90s and in a police station.
Well, once you tell them that, they're not going to hear for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's going to take 10 years to die off.
Destiny 2 Forsaken, I guess that's DLC. But September. Ghost of Tsushima. They just took the Sony exclusive formula and put samurai coating on it.
It really is the formula.
And it always works. And I mean, if it's financially working for them, then that's a good idea, I guess. But every game is just a heavily structured narrative linear experience.
Here's how it goes.
It's really overly polished.
Here's how it goes. The camera zooms in behind the guy. He's right around here.
Yeah.
He says, I gotta get past these guys, and then he sneaks. But then he can't sneak anymore. He gets caught. Yeah. So he fights, and it switches to a side-by-side view. And it's got a big spectacle in the background, and then that's the end of the what they show. And
a game called Control was announced for 2019. Resident Evil 2 actually had a total blowout. They announced it and had a trailer with gameplay in it, and then they had a playable demo at the stage that people were looking at and playing. That's crazy to me. that's like runner up to game of show for me, just because they had a playable thing for a game they just announced.
Oh yeah.
And came out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was, they were. You realize we heard nothing about it for like 3 years straight, and then they had.
I didn't even remember it.
Yeah, they announced it like in like 2014 or 15. Nothing about it. Nothing. And then they had the gameplay and the game working, and people were playing it, coming out in January.
Good on that, yeah.
That's crazy. Instead of just making us wait forever, they just kind of said, you know what? Let's just wait till it's actually good and then show it. And I gotta say, the more I look at it, the more I like it. Even though it's over the shoulder, it really looks cool. Like, it really looks like it has all the puzzles and stuff from the original game. It looks better than I thought, but Death Stranding we finally saw gameplay of Death Stranding, and it's just as confusing as before, because it looks like you're just wandering around alone, carrying things, and you're carrying a lot of stuff too, a gigantic box behind him.
Yeah,
you're carrying through rough terrain.
Did you notice how the camera sort of heavily implies that's just walking around in emptiness?
Yeah,
because it zoomed out a little bit, and he's like. The camera isn't always behind you. It's not like over the shoulder or anything.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like almost top down. It implies that you don't need to see everything around you.
Yeah, I kind of like the look.
It's more about the environment.
I kind of like the look of it. I hope that you really have to walk for a long time, because if you look at the story, I get the distinct feeling that Death Stranding finally was designed gameplay first. And then they had to come up with story to match it, like Nintendo. I don't know if you noticed this, because it looks like a game about traversing. And they had to come up with the reason why that's hard. So you have to put up with timefall.
Oh, yeah.
I get this sneaking suspicion that it was designed gameplay first. Because it looks like it's actually fun to traverse these crazy environments with no one around. And you have to watch out for rain.
Yeah.
And you can't take a car. You have to go on foot because cars are loud and they attract the ghosts. It sounds like an interesting idea that Kojima just had one day outside. Like, what would it be like if right now we didn't have cars and you had to actually physically walk everything where it needed to go?
Yeah.
How crazy that would be.
That might be the idea.
That's why I was thinking it was gameplay first, and then he had to come up with a story about why that is. Right? I think it looks better now than I was thinking it was going to be. Because I'm interested in games where you're alone and the traversing is difficult.
Yeah.
It seems like...
That works as long as it's not open world.
I think it's like... I don't know.
Did they ever say it was open world?
I think maybe it's open world, but there's absolutely nothing in it or something. It's some kind of strange stylized version of it.
Maybe most of the enemies are invincible.
I don't know.
Like anything more than a normal human is like you have no chance of defeating, so you have
also, if you look closely at the trailer, he has an extra pair of boots on the back of his box.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the box is gigantic, and I have a running theory that the game has a really hard inventory because you got to carry shit, and he's walking with like a box on his back that's like 6 feet by 6 feet.
Yeah,
it's like a huge box, and I think it's all his supplies.
And he's trying to tread through a river, and he drops it at one point.
He falls over in the river. Man, they make it look hard to do. And then there's a cutscene where Sam is taking a rotten toenail off his foot.
Yeah.
And probably puts on new boots. Like, maybe you'll have to actually carry... Like, everything you take actually takes up a sensible amount of space in your box.
Yeah.
And you got... and the heavier the boxes get, the harder it is to carry. That would be cool. And would also fit in with the gameplay idea of having to walk things instead of driving them around.
Yeah.
I hope that's what... I hope I'm on the right track with that. It might be fun if that's the case, because I never heard of that before, the idea of not having a car. With timefall going down around you.
Yeah.
That ages things really fast, and you can't touch them, so you have to have a rain suit on all times.
Yeah.
Or find a cave to go to sleep in, because you can actually, in the trailer...
The whole passing the baby from person to person, whatever that is.
I think what that is because the ghosts work
Maybe-
like Timefall 2, and your baby is an insurance policy.
Maybe that's how they explain why only one person can be playable at each time.
Yeah.
At any time.
My theory was that, well, Sam in that trailer, he said he's surrounded by those things, right?
Mhm.
And he says, "Don't worry, I got an idea." And he plugs a thing into his back, and the baby comes alive.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what that is that the time fall accelerates you. You die. It accelerates the baby. The baby is a clone of you, and you have to play as the clone.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So
That's
that-
really Kojima. Right
and you
there.
don't remember anything,
Uh-huh.
and maybe the main character writes down everything you're supposed to do, and then you're just
Oh, shit.
living the next life of that person,
Mhm.
trying to figure out what you need to do, and you need to take these packages around.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool. Lots of interesting details. Neo 2 was announced. More Neo.
Yeah. Sure. Whatever.
Spider-Man looked better than I thought. This is the first time I was actually interested in that Spider-Man game,
Mhm.
because they were showing like gameplay around a city, just moving around.
As long as it's like that. As long as it's not retarded. Spider-Man is good.
The past two presentations of Spider-Man were too linear,
Yeah.
and I just wasn't feeling it. But now it looks like he can actually swing around. And a PSVR game called Duracine or something.
Duracine. Yeah.
It sounds like Duracell. I can't remember what it was. Anyway, I gave the show an A-, just because they had Death Stranding gameplay and a full reveal of Resident Evil 2. That's what pushed it up really high for me.
Yeah. I thought it was. I thought the overall thing was kind of disappointing. It was the first disappointing one, which is strange.
I would say, yeah, that this is this is a misstep for Sony in terms of conferences, because like I said, they jumped the shark with the setup.
They flubbed that. Yeah, they definitely flubbed that. Like I was just confused when I saw them in this weird wooden shack.
I don't think the audience liked it.
Yeah.
They got to stop that, or just have a crane come down and lift the room off them,
Yeah.
which is so
Yeah, just move
dangerous
the whole
and
thing,
scary
yeah.
for people. I think that would be more dangerous, so don't do that.
Move the building with them in it. put them somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know, but don't do that again. Nintendo was my favorite conference. Again, they're the master of just having the killer app that is the only thing they have and looks
Yep.
amazing. And if you're not into that, then you're done. Like, if you didn't like Zelda when all they had was Breath of the Wild, you were shit out of luck.
Yeah.
And if you didn't like Smash Brothers this year, you got a really dumb conference.
Yeah.
Demon Cross or Ex Machina 2019, Xenoblade 2 DLC, Pokemon Let's Go presentation, Super Mario Party, which is Mario Party on the Switch finally, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, I guess. They shadow dropped Fortnite, which is everyone
Yep.
knew was coming,
Yeah.
obviously, and Reggie had to come out and talk about Fortnite.
Yeah.
So there was a bet that was won or lost in there somewhere.
Mhm.
He just, for no reason, just came out and was talking about Fortnite,
Yep.
even though everybody already knew when it was out, and it was just like,
Yeah.
Fortnite, blah blah blah. Finally.
Just in case, like, Nintendo
Just in case you
fans are
didn't
living
understand
under
the
a rock.
trailer
Yeah.
that you just saw. It was after the reveal.
Uh-huh.
He talked about Fortnite.
Who knows if that counts towards the bet?
Oh yeah, it does,
Okay, probably.
because it was mentioned.
Time was spent
Yeah,
to remind us about Fortnite.
when
Yeah,
it
so
when you
that's it.
didn't need it,
Uh-huh.
because they already had the reveal trailer.
Yeah,
and
that-
said it was
that the
available
bet.
now. Overcooked 2, Killer Queen Black. The Shadow dropped Hollow Knight, which is great because I bought it.
Mhm.
Has all the DLC and everything.
Yep.
Octopath Traveler is coming in July 14th. Don't care. Starlink is there again. Arena of Valor, Minecraft, Sushi Striker. Donkey Kong, Mario Rabbids thing, Just Dance. Dragon Ball Fighters is coming to Switch.
Yep.
Splatoon 2, Captain Toad, Crash Bandicoot Trilogy, Ninjala, FIFA 18, Ark, Wasteland 2, Paladins, Fallout Shelter, Dark Souls, Wolfenstein 2, World Ends With You, Mega Man 11. We're all inside one Sizzler reel.
Yeah. They, I think there was too much shit in the Sizzler. Cause like...
Yeah, the Sizzler went on
I missed
and
a lot
on
of it.
and on.
And a lot of it is already out.
Yeah. So they just kind of...
A lot of it was released that day.
They just kind of stalled for time with the Sizzler, and then they just handed in their presentation, like, here, and it was just like filler Smash Bros.
Yeah.
And Smash Brothers...
Too much Smash Bros.
Smash Bros is called...
Endless Smash Bros.
Smash Brothers is called Smash Brothers Ultimate. It has Breath of the Wild, Link, Ice Climbers, Inkling, Pokemon Trainer is back, Ryu, Cloud, Snake, Wolf, Young Link is back,
Yep.
Pichu, we got Classic Ganon is back, who uses his sword.
Yep.
Now, Daisy and Ridley is in it, right? And all kinds of other features that I'm not going to get into here. But anyway, it's coming out December 7th. So, that was basically why I like this conference so much, because we finally have Ridley, who I wanted my whole life.
Yeah.
It's finally here. Ridley is finally in the game.
And he looks like fucking Satan. He looks so evil and crusty.
They really went with a rough design for
Yeah.
Ridley. All
Just
the other Ridley designs are kind of
crazy.
cartoony.
Uh-huh.
They went with he looks like a xenomorph. God.
And he first shows up by impaling everyone.
I know, he just kills people, and then he's like, has Mario's hat like in his finger, like,
Yeah.
and he's finally in the game. So anyway, I gave it an A+, and for remarks, I just wrote Ridley. So now we're gonna finish up our bets. Oh man. Oh boy. Okay, so I'm gonna go over my bets. I said we'd have buggy demos. Did you see a buggy demo?
I saw some things that came close, some screen tearing and clipping and stuff, but nothing laugh-worthy.
Neither did I.
No.
I didn't see a buggy demo. I said there was going to be a buggy demo, but there wasn't.
Yeah, that's a surprise.
What are the chances?
I don't know.
I said there was going to be no new Donkey Kong character for Smash, and I was correct.
Yep.
So, that's 1 point.
Bam.
A black character in Battlefield 5, that was in it.
Yeah, that was free.
Thanks for the freebie. Jiren in Fighter Z, or Fighters, for like Dragon Ball Fighters. I said he wasn't going to be there. I was right. No big announcements from Microsoft.
There was surprises. I think
Devil May Cry 5 counts as an announcement from Microsoft.
but also Gears. I think it's been
Yeah.
a while.
Yeah. So I said there was
Also,
not.
Battletoads is coming back, which isn't exactly huge.
The
but
bet was no big announcement from Microsoft, and I said no to that, which means I'm right.
okay.
It's a double negative, so I got that point. Spider-Man time exceeds 10 minutes. It did. Like, I counted.
Really?
I went through it.
Huh.
There was a trailer that was 7 minutes, and then they spent like 5 minutes
Wow.
with gameplay.
Wow. So they barely did it.
Yeah, I did it.
Huh.
Spider-Man time exceeds 10 minutes.
You
Yes.
could just see this stuff coming.
It's too predictable. You gotta come up with hard bets.
Uh-huh.
You gotta come up with like esoteric bets, like a big boy slips.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah. How many times will Sonic the Hedgehog jump? That was another one. That...
What do you count as a jump? Wait a minute. Yeah, we gotta do some of them next time. Doom 2, I said was not gonna be there. I was wrong. I didn't get that point. SMP 5 gameplay trailer. No!
No.
That game was a
Nothing.
no-show.
Yeah. Where's it coming from?
Nowhere. SMT 5 was not at this E3.
When's it coming?
God. So anyway,
Man, most of them were correct.
Smash 5 uses assets from 4. No. Would you say
It
uses? It did.
It absolutely did.
Can you prove that?
Okay.
Prove it.
Okay. If you're blind, if you're completely
You
blind,
mean willfully blind?
if you're a blind, like, hairless rat...
How did they create this war between port and no port people? Fighting.
It's not about port and not port. I said that they would use assets from 4. Since they said that they didn't change Wii Fit Trainer except for her face. She was mostly the same except for her face. This is if you ignore the fact that most of the models are the same.
It's in a new lighting engine.
Yeah.
Did the models were...
The same models under a different lighting engine.
Okay. So, Smash 5 uses assets from 4. I said no, I was wrong. Your argument is good.
It wasn't about port versus not port.
It's always about port versus not port.
I only thought that for a little while.
It's never port versus not port. This game is newer than Sekiro.
It's 200% new.
It's newest game. Smash 5.
The first game ever to be 200% new.
It's literally newer than like Gears 5 was from Gears 4. It's that new. It's new. It's newer than a game that was just announced. It's that new.
Okay, I'll assume, to be fair, that they just built the Smash 4 models up, like from the ground up, perfect to the polygon, so that it's totally accurate, so that no one gets, none of the fans get mad.
Bloodborne 2 was revealed. I said no, and I was correct.
Yeah.
So I got a point.
No Bloodborne 2.
No Bloodborne 2, but we got Sekiro, which is something. You said Fortnite would be mentioned, and you were correct. A live demo of Final Fantasy VII Remake.
No.
That was bold, and you said no. So you were right. Bloodstained release date. You said yep. You were wrong. I checked out. I checked. It's been a long time checking. Bloodstained does not have a release date.
Yeah. I don't think it was mentioned.
Look at this. Resident Evil 2 gameplay trailer. You said yes.
Yeah.
What are the chances?
It was time for it.
You said EA apologizes, and that was correct. EA did kind of have an apology. Metroid Prime 4 trailer. Oh.
Nothing. There was nothing.
Not mentioned.
What the hell,
You didn't get that point. You said there was not going to be a Switch firmware shadow drop. You were correct.
Well, that was almost free.
Shadows Die Twice is Tenchu. You said no. You were correct.
Yep.
Pikmin 4 reveal. No, you knew Pikmin 4 wasn't going to be there.
I didn't know that.
Yes, you did. Pikmin 4 reveal. You said no. You figured that out.
Well, they had enough. They had enough stuff.
And then you said Devil May Cry 5 reveal. You said yes.
Yeah.
So you figured that out.
That was completely... That was a woman's intuition there.
That was a mom's intuition.
That was pure instinct.
Yeah, so you figured out that Resident Evil 2 would have a gameplay trailer. Final Fantasy 7 would not be there. Fortnite would just be mentioned for no reason. EA apologizes. You figured out Shadows Die Twice is not Tenchu. You knew that Pikmin 4 wasn't going to be there. And you knew DMC 5 would be revealed.
Yeah. Well, third time's the charm.
Yeah, you figured it out. So anyway, I got 6 points. 6 points locked in. You got 5, 6, 7, 8 points. You beat me by 2 points. We're doing 1 point per bet.
Yeah.
Oh. The loser must get banned from Fortnite. Okay, so I went ahead. I took the liberty of downloading Fortnite on a new account on my PC. I have Fortnite now on an account different from my Switch. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get banned in that and record it. And see how fast I can do it.
Alright.
And these things, it's great because it's Epic Games, and you need to have an Epic Games account. So I'm getting my Epic Games account banned, I think.
Oh.
So,
well,
here we go.
Can you get... Does it have dedicated servers?
I don't know, but I'm getting banned, so that's it.
It depends on whether it does, because you can just get banned from the server.
I'm getting banned from Fortnite in a few days.
All right.
So
use like a use a fake email address just in case like Unreal Tournament comes out or something and you need to make a account.
Yep.
I don't know.
I wonder what is there a text chat in Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay, good. So I can just go in there and just spew a bunch of shit and try to get banned.
Yeah.
Because it's funny because everyone playing Fortnite's under 10 years old.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be spewing a bunch of crap to little kids. Like to get banned.
Well.
It has to be hard for the punishment.
Yeah.
You did a hard one.
I
deserve
funny.
This.
It's funny because most people... It's funny because a lot of people do that for fun.
Yeah.
And when you think about like doing it for the first time yourself, it's just kind of... Yeah.
I mean, it's not Rainbow Six. Like, it's not like people who are, like, over the age of 30.
Yeah.
It's all, like, little kids.
Yeah. Well, don't think about that. There's a lot of adults, too. And the kids don't care, anyway.
Yeah, they probably don't.
Yeah.
But they'll probably... Well, the kids don't care, but if they're people between the age of, like, 20 and 30 on Fortnite, they're all, like, autistic cat lady grandmas.
Yeah,
who
yeah.
will probably go, you mean man.
You mean boy.
And they'll probably try to get me, like, blacklisted from town.
Uh-huh.
They'll spend an inordinate amount of time digging through my history
Jesus.
to try to get me fired from everything.
Yeah. That's why you just don't link any information to it.
Yeah, so that's E3 2018.
Yeah.
I'm a loser, so here we go.